Nestled on the edge of a meandering river that glistened like silver under the moonlight was the small riverine village of Emara. The villagers, humble fisherfolk and farmers, lived in harmony with the land and water. Their livelihoods depended on the river, which provided them with fish, fresh water, and fertile soil. But they also revered it, for legend spoke of a goddess who ruled the waters, an ethereal being named Nireya, the keeper of the deep. The villagers whispered of her beauty, her hair flowing like currents of water, her voice as serene as a calm sea, and her eyes like pearls that reflected the light of 1,000 moons. Nireya was said to dwell in the heart of the river, in a crystalline palace beneath the surface, watching over her domain and ensuring balance between nature and man. For centuries, the people of Emara offered small tokens to the goddess, carved figurines, woven garlands, and the first catch of their nets. The river remained bountiful, and life was peaceful. But peace, as it often does, was short-lived. One fateful season, a great drought descended upon the land. The once lively river shrank to a trickle, and its fish disappeared. Crops withered under the unforgiving sun, and the people of Emara grew desperate. They prayed fervently to Nireya, but the goddess did not answer. The villagers began to lose faith, murmuring that perhaps the goddess had abandoned them. Then came a greater calamity. One night, as the village lay under a shroud of uneasy sleep, the sky roared with an unnatural thunder. From the nearby mountains, a monstrous flood surged down, fed by sudden rains far upstream. The waters crashed into Emara with a ferocity never seen before, sweeping away homes, livestock, and the few remaining crops. The villagers scrambled for higher ground, their cries drowned out by the roar of the river. It was then, as chaos reigned, that a radiant light broke through the darkness. From the depths of the raging river emerged Nireya, her form luminous and otherworldly. Her flowing hair shimmered like moonlight on water, and her voice rang out, calm yet commanding. "Fear not, my children," she called, her words resonating in their hearts. "I have not abandoned you, nor will I ever." But balance has been disturbed, and the river cries for justice. The villagers fell to their knees, their despair replaced with awe and hope. Nireya raised her arms, and the floodwaters, as if heeding her command, began to recede. The raging current stilled, and the river's level dropped to its familiar banks. The goddess turned to the people, her eyes filled with both sorrow and resolve. "This calamity is not of nature's making," she said. "It is the greed of men far beyond your lands. They have dammed the river upstream, stealing its lifeblood to feed their endless desires. Yet nature will always find a way to reclaim its due." The villagers were stunned. They had always seen the river as eternal and unyielding, never imagining that human interference could harm it. One elder, a frail man named Tivin, stepped forward and bowed deeply. "Great Nireya," he implored, "what must we do to restore balance? How can we right this wrong?" Nireya's gaze softened. "You must be my voice, my hands, and my strength. Venture to the source of the river, and demand the dams be removed. Let those who built them know that the river is not theirs to claim. If they refuse, I will act, but my wrath will spare no one, not even you." The villagers hesitated, for the journey to the source was perilous, and confronting those responsible seemed an impossible task. But Nireya's presence filled them with courage. United by a shared purpose, a group of brave villagers volunteered to undertake the mission. Nireya blessed them, her touch filling them with strength, and sent them on their way. For weeks, the group traveled upstream, facing treacherous terrain, wild beasts, and the remnants of the flood's destruction. Along the way, they spread Nireya's message to other villages, suffering from the same drought and floods. Soon, their numbers grew, and a chorus of voices joined their cause. When they finally reached the dam, they were met with hostility. The men who had built it, wealthy merchants and landowners, scoffed at the villagers' pleas. "The river is ours now," they declared. "We have tamed it for our profit, and no goddess will take it from us." But the villagers did not back down. They spoke of Nireya's power, of her ability to calm storms and command the waters. They warned of her wrath, which would sweep away the dam and all who defied her. Their words, carried by the strength of their conviction, spread like wildfire among the laborers who worked the dam. Many of them, hearing the tale of the goddess, laid down their tools and refused to continue their work. The merchants, growing uneasy, sought to test the villagers' claims. They mocked Nireya, standing atop the dam and declaring themselves masters of the river. It was their final mistake. The skies darkened, and the air grew heavy with the scent of rain. From the river below, Nireya rose once more, her form larger and more terrible than before. Her hair flowed like a raging current, and her eyes gleamed with the fury of a storm. "You have stolen from the river," she thundered, her voice echoing across the valley. "You have upset the balance of life and brought suffering to countless souls. For this, you will face judgment." With a sweep of her hand, The waters surged forward. The dam crumbled under the force of the flood, its remains carried away by the river's wrath. The merchants fled, their wealth meaningless against the power of nature unleashed. When the waters finally calmed, the river flowed freely once more. The villagers returned to Emara as heroes, their journey a testament to the power of unity and faith. They shared the tale of Nireya's intervention, and from that day forward, the goddess was not merely the keeper of the deep but the protector of the village. In her honor, the people built a shrine by the river, where they offered their gratitude, and promised to safeguard the balance she had fought to restore. And so, Nireya became the heart of Emara, her story passed down through generations as a reminder that even in the face of despair, courage and reverence for nature could bring salvation. The river flowed on, a living testament to the goddess who had saved them, her waters shimmering with the light of her eternal presence.